Hello, hello. Hello.
I hear you more. I hear this.
There we go. Así que ahora nada de malas palabras, ¿verdad? Okay. Muy bien. So thank you guys so much for coming tonight. You are here with 4 two-way immersion teachers from Capistrano Unified School District. There's me, Jamie Gonzalez, and then we have Lorena Sweeney and I'm from San Juan Hills High School. Lorena Sweeney from Capo Valley High School, Nick DeWald from San Clemente, y también a Silvia Zamora de Dana Hills. We're really, really, really excited because we've been wanting to do this for years. We finally got it together where we're going to do a cross-campus two-way immersion trip. So the benefits are, of course, a lot of the kids who go to middle school together, they kind of go to different high schools. So it's kind of nice because if maybe one of your good friends went to Dana or Capo or San Juan or whatever, San Clemente, this way you can reunite with them. You can have cousins come, it's just really nice. It's open to all two-way immersion students from, basically, I don't know if we'll have freshmen go. It's probably going to be 10th, 11th, 12th. And then we also every year have like a little group of like college kids come, which is fun because they kind of do their own thing, and that's great too. So oh, I'm getting a call, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to share the screen with you guys, and please bear with us. I'm going to do the meeting in English and Spanish so that everybody can understand, but I'll try to be brief because I know that can make meetings long. So voy a hacer la junta en español y inglés un poquito porque quiero que todos entiendan muy bien, pero también voy a tratar de hacerlo breve. Okay, muy bien. So here we have a QR code. If you would like to scan that to sign in, there's a way that you can type in any questions that you might have. You can do that. You can also do that in the chat, but you don't have to do the sign in, but if you want to, you can. So this is just a QR code that you can sign in with, and you can put in any questions. But regardless, if you signed up for the meeting tomorrow morning, I'm going to send a recording of this meeting and the sign-in link and all the other information that you need. So si quieren apuntarse, aquí hay un QR code que pueden escanear con el teléfono, pero de verdad no es necesario, así que no se preocupen. Okay, so this is Who Are We? This picture is of me and Profe. Hi, Profe. Qué lindo. So this is, we are the teachers from San Clemente and San Juan Hills High School that basically started traveling, taking students on trips. Mr. DeWald, who I call Profe, everybody calls him Profe. He is the one who started first. He went to Peru. He told me about it. And then ever since then, we've been traveling, and we've taken about 10 trips together, and we just have a great time traveling together. So this is who we are. Here you have our email addresses, our Instagram accounts. And again, you guys will get this presentación. You guys will get this presentation. So aquí somos nosotros, Profe y yo empezamos a viajar juntos. Profe primero fue a Perú, con su primer viaje fue a Perú, y luego nosotros hemos hecho como 10 viajes juntos para los alumnos de Inmersión. Okay, wait, I got some more people coming in. Muy bien. So, ¿por qué viajamos? Why do we travel? First of all, I'll start by saying that I started out loving travel because I was just kind of like your typical Orange County girl, surfer girl who I was monolingual. I took a little bit of French in high school, but not much. I was pretty clueless about the world around me. And then my my junior year in college, I decided to study abroad in Spain. I studied in Barcelona for the year. I didn't start taking Spanish until I was 18 when I started at UCI. And becoming bilingual for me has changed my life completely. It changed the trajectory of my life. It changed my heart and soul. And I want to share that with people. And when I was able to travel, it just rocked my world. It made me appreciate home more. It made me appreciate the world. It just completely changed my perspective. And it's something that I'm really passionate about sharing with our students. And I know that the other teachers are as well. So here's a little bit about me. I'm the mother of two boys. I have two sons, Nate, who's 23, Sam, who's 21. They both went through the two-way immersion program. Nate graduated from UCI. Sam is going to UCI, like the whole family is UCI family. I've been teaching for 27 years. I studied, which I always say, how is that possible when I feel like I'm 27 still? I studied in Barcelona, Spain for a year, like I told you. I taught English in Helsinki, Finland for 2 years. I've traveled to 27 countries and I've taken students on trips to Spain, France, Italy, Greece, England, Dominican Republic, Peru, and Panama. I believe that travel is the best way to learn a language, learn about another culture, as well as better understanding your own culture. It's a great way to appreciate yourself and people who are different from you and to become independent and build self-confidence. Every time students come back from the trip, I have parents tell me that their kids changed in a good way. They came back more independent, more self-confident. It's amazing to see that. So aquí tengo todo en español rapidito. Tengo dos hijos, ahí están. Oh, mira, y no mencioné mi esposo tan lindo, pobrecito. Aquí está mi esposo, Socorro, también. I can't believe that I talked about my kids and I didn't talk about my gorgeous husband. So this is my husband, Socorro. He's from Michoacan, Mexico. He's the reason why I probably have a Mexican accent in Spanish. And he travels with us also. He's like the bodyguard. Bueno, entonces aquí tienes mis hijos, mi esposo. Yo estudié en Barcelona cuando estaba estudiando en UC Irvine y me cambió la vida completamente. Empecé a viajar mucho, he viajado a 27 países, incluyendo los países allá, España, Francia, Italia, Grecia, Inglaterra, la República Dominicana, Perú y Panamá. Bueno, esos son los países a los cuales he llevado alumnos. Y yo creo que viajar es la mejor manera que aprender un idioma, aprender sobre una cultura, comprender mejor la suya propia y apreciar a sí mismo y las personas alrededor. A ver, y ahora, profe, aquí tienes en inglés y luego en español.
Hola, buenas tardes. Espero que todos estén bien. Oh, yes.
This one's
I'm like ready to
English.
be bilingual, ready to do Spanish, right? So oof. Let me take a deep breath. So I do what Jamie does, but it's like at high school, right? And so I two-way immersion teacher, two-way immersion coordinator. I teach the two-way immersion world history class, and I be Spanish as well. So it's my 10th year, a decade. And I love to travel. It's always been part of my life. Ever since a little kid, back when Mexicana Airlines used to be a thing, I used to travel to see family in Guadalajara. And I just think having that ability to cross borders, cultural, political, in so many ways is so important for our students, really. And I've taken kids to Peru, to Spain, Dominican Republic, England, France. And this past spring break, we all went to Panama. So I see some Panama kids in the
Yes.
meeting. So I'm so glad that you're coming back for more.
Ujú.
And
Profe,
I
hay
don't know if
bastante.
Jimmy mentioned this, but we're also really proud of our students who study abroad when they're in college as well.
Yes.
So I love hearing the kids say, I got to study abroad. And I'm like, yes, let's make it happen.
I'm here. En español.
So ahora, muchas gracias. Soy el maestro de español y de historia universal. Hago lo que hago Jamie. También soy coordinador del programa de inmersión en San Clemente. Y la verdad, viajar siempre ha sido parte desde que era bebé. Cuando existía Mexicana Aviación, me acuerdo que íbamos a pasar Navidades, veranos enteros en Guadalajara y en Ocotlán. Entonces, para mí el viaje es tan importante poder cruzar fronteras culturales, fronteras políticas. Es parte esencial de la experiencia humana. Y he viajado a muchos países, quiero seguir viajando y he ayudado, y como mencionó la señora González, llevé alumnos ya a Perú, me encantó. He llevado alumnos también a España, República Dominicana, Inglaterra, Francia, Panamá. Entonces, es algo fenomenal para los alumnos y estamos tan orgullosos de los alumnos que en la universidad deciden estudiar al extranjero.
Yes, and another thing that Profe didn't mention, his mom is from Mexico and his dad is from the Netherlands. So he's got a really interesting background that he's able to bring to the table to share. You know, he's like European, American, Mexican, like a combo, which I love about you, Profe.
Thank you.
And aquí tenemos a Lorena.
Perfecto, buenas tardes. I am so excited. Look at those pictures. So my name is Lorena Sweeney, and I teach at Capistrano Valley High School. At Capo, I wear many different hats. I am the World Languages Department Chair and ELD Advisor. I also oversee the two-way immersion program, and I've been teaching for a long time. Yesterday, I was telling some people that I've been at Capo since the Cougars were Cubs. So it's been a long time. I really want to recommend everyone the experience of traveling, because when you travel, education comes to life. Everything that you have heard about, seen on videos, it really comes to life and it becomes meaningful, and it's going to really touch your mind in a way that it's very unexpected. Sometimes you are not too aware of your own culture until you step outside of your own culture. I was born in Costa Rica. I was raised in Costa Rica. I went to school in Costa Rica, and then love came knocking at my door, and I moved to California. And I've been teaching a couple, like I said, for 25 years. But ever since, I realized that there is so much around the world to see. So I've been traveling around Central America, but also Europe. Last year, I had the opportunity, actually 2 years ago, with Jamie and Nick, to go to Europe with some of the students. Prior to that, we also went to France. I've been in Panama, Nicaragua, Colombia, Costa Rica, England, France, Spain. And I really want to share this experience with the kids because it is amazing. They're never the same. So let me go ahead and say it in Spanish. Mi nombre es Lorena Sweeney, yo trabajo en Capistrano Valley High School, he estado enseñando por muchísimo tiempo. Les decía a la gente que yo he estado en Capo desde que los Cougars eran nada más unos cachorritos. En fin, los invito de verdad que tomen la oportunidad de viajar, porque cuando uno viaja, la perspectiva cambia totalmente, no solamente sobre las otras culturas, sino sobre tu propia cultura. Uno no se da cuenta de las cosas que uno hace y por qué las hace hasta que tiene la oportunidad de verlo desde afuera. Y nos pone fuera de la zona de confort. Y es bonito porque, como estaba diciendo la señora González, nosotros nos damos cuenta que, wow, vamos a valorar más lo que tenemos y entendemos las perspectivas de otras personas. He tenido la oportunidad ya en varias ocasiones de viajar con estudiantes. Anteriormente lo había hecho con la profesora de francés, habíamos ido a Francia, luego volví a ir con el señor DeWalt y la señora González. Fuimos a Europa el año antepasado. Luego en Centroamérica he estado viajando, y obviamente mi país. Siempre todo tiene algo que enseñarnos y yo quiero compartir eso con los estudiantes. So I hope you join us.
Gracias, Lorena. And Silvia, I don't have a slide for you because I wasn't sure if you were going to make it or not. So we also have the teacher from the two-way immersion teacher from Dana Hills, Silvia Zamora. But I don't know, no sé si quieres hablar, Silvia, o si estabas en el teléfono, pienso.
Okay. Sí, estoy en el teléfono y
Sí.
claro que sí, me encantaría decir unas palabras también.
Perfecto.
Yo no he tenido la experiencia de viajar con los estudiantes aún, pero un poquito de mí, lo voy a decir en inglés. My name is Silvia Zamora. I am from Bolivia. I love to travel. I have traveled a lot, not with students, but that's one of my hobbies. I know that I will learn a lot about it, and I have the opportunity to also study in a different country. I went to Spain to do my master's, so I know a little bit about the culture. I'm married with an Argentinian guy. I live in the Caribbean, where I have the Dutch and the French culture with me in a small island. Also, I traveled myself as a student long time ago when I went in my prom trip when I was graduating from high school, and that's an experience that I can never forget. There were so many years ago where my parents were so strict, but anyway, they allowed me to go, and that experience that I can't forget it. You know, that's the bonds that you get with your friends traveling around. The memories that you make are the best. And so, En español, mi nombre es Silvia Zamora, soy la profesora de Dana Hills. Yo todavía no he tenido la oportunidad de viajar con los estudiantes de Capistrano, pero sí he viajado mucho en mi vida. Yo también considero que los viajes son muy importantes, sobre todo para la cultura, para conocer, para el ambiente, para ver las diferentes personas. Cuando yo soy casada, tengo 2 hijos, mi esposo es de la Argentina y tengo experiencia de haber estudiado en el extranjero también. He estudiado en España mi maestría por 2 años y he aprendido mucho de la cultura de España. Y también he vivido por muchísimos años en una isla del Caribe donde la cultura, la mitad de la isla pertenecía al gobierno holandés y la mitad al gobierno francés. Entonces, una mezcla de culturas y cosas diferentes. Y como había mencionado en inglés, mi mejor experiencia, mis recuerdos más bonitos de mi juventud, de mi época en la escuela, fue que fui con mis compañeros de la promo a un viaje a Chile, donde fue maravilloso. Mis padres eran muy estrictos, pero hace como más de 30 y tantos años, podríamos decir, me permitieron hacer ese viaje afuera de mi país, que es Bolivia, y pues yo les recomiendo mucho de que sí, los niños como yo lo hice hace muchos años, pues ahora hay más maneras de comunicación y de todo. No teníamos ni teléfonos en esa época para que los papás nos llamen, pero ellos me confiaron a mis maestros y de la misma manera quisiera que mis estudiantes en Deina tuvieran la oportunidad de viajar si los padres no los permiten. Eso sería todo de mí. Gracias.
Thank you, Silvia. Gracias. And thank you guys for your patience as we do a bilingual. We want to make sure that everybody understands everything, right? So I just wanted to show you guys a few pictures of trips that we've done. This is in La República Dominicana in el verano de 2018 that we had a great time there. That was a fantastic trip. Very active on boats, ziplining, going to the beach, just a lot of culture. This is Peru, spring break 2022. And here we've got, oh, this is like, we had so much fun in Peru. That's why we had to go back again, because it is just a country you cannot believe. The colors everywhere, like all my photos, when I go on my phone, that whole section of the photos, they're like Technicolor. The colors there were just incredible. It was beautiful. And the kids, you know, the immersion trips were only speaking Spanish. All the guided tour, the tour directors, everybody, bus driver, español solamente, ¿verdad? Solamente español. And so the kids really get like immersed in it and feel they get a lot of practice, they get their confidence up. And Latin America is great because the people don't really speak a lot of English. So sometimes when we go to Spain, there's so many tourists there, it's hard to convince them that no, háblanos en español, right? So hey, Profe, do you want to tell them what the boys would do at dinner in Peru? Remember how cute
Yeah,
that
I
was?
was gonna say I wanted to interrupt you,
Yeah.
but I was like, nah, I don't want to take her fire. She'll probably talk about it.
No,
What I
no.
thought was so cute was that there's these boys that would bet to each other, like that whoever would speak English first at the dinner table would have to buy like a round of ice cream or something. And so it was so cute that they themselves saw the value and set the goal to keep things in Spanish, something that I wish I could do in my classroom. And so that's why
Yeah.
it's so beautiful to see them, the
Right.
excitement, the interest. And you know, I had a student DM me
Oh, yeah.
when I was in Panama saying like, just so you know, the Peru trip that we went like changed my life. It makes me want to travel. It makes me realize a lot of the things that were hard to realize. So it was a beautiful memory to see the boys keep each
Mm.
other in check.
And it's so great in Latin America because we always learn about the local indigenous cultures. We learn about, you know, the Spanish colonial period. Of course, in Peru, the food is delicious. The kids ate cuy, which is guinea pig, which I wasn't really down for, but they said it wasn't really worth it because there were so many little tiny bones that, you know, you didn't get a lot of meat out of it. But we went to a couple different indigenous communities in Peru. Of course, we went to Machu Picchu, which was incredible. And that was a fantastic trip, which is why we want to go back. One of my favorite stories about the trip to Peru is we were in Aguascalientes, which is the town, right, you know, it's the last town before you go to Machu Picchu. And then we took a bus to go kind of like up into Machu Picchu. So we're in this town and we're waiting for our bus. And my husband and I were sitting at a little cafe having an espresso. And this American guy, I don't know if he was American or Canadian or what, but he walks up to the cafe owner, and he speaks in English really fast and mumbly. He's like, can I get some hot water? Can I get a cup of hot water? And the guy was like, wait, what? Excuse me, I don't understand. And he mumbled it again and was kind of frustrated that the guy didn't understand. And then whatever, it was a really negative interaction, right? And he walks away. And I thought, oh my gosh, this guy, we're in Peru and he doesn't even like try to say buenos dias. Can I please get some water? So then our immersion kids come up, and I was so proud. They come up, and I don't even know if they knew that I was listening. And they just said, oh, buenos días, señor. A ver, me da una empanada de carne y un café con leche. And, they had this whole positive interaction with this guy. And it was so just natural. And I thought, wow, this is why we do this immersion program, to try to, bridge the gap and bring people together. And it's just, I don't know, for so many years, we're telling the kids, hablen español, es muy bonito ser bilingüe, blah, blah, blah. But when they actually go to a Spanish-speaking country and they can communicate, it hits different than, being at the Mexican restaurant when your parents are like, order in Spanish, let me hear your Spanish, it's just different. It's more real. Oh, here's the dinner. Here were the boys at dinner, this picture. Okay. So anyways, I love that story. And this is a trip we just took to Panama. We just got back. That trip was phenomenal also. Fantastic trip. Again, seeing indigenous cultures, snorkeling, getting out of our comfort zone, seeing the old town. It was just an absolutely fantastic experience. The Latin American trips are just unbelievable. Okay, so let's go into the trip a little bit that we're going to go on. So first of all, why should you travel with like a company and do educational travel? You get new ways of learning, hands-on skills, new ways of interacting with the world, and also it complements the academic curriculum and can provide an opportunity to discover one's life passion. So, ay, mira, yo sé que algunas de estas muchachas están en esta junta. I know this was in Valencia, Spain. Is it a year ago? I think a year and a half ago. Yeah, or was it this last summer? No. Yeah, oh my gosh, I forgot. Anyways, so why do we go with education why do we go with EF Tours? First of all, it's a really good company. They've been traveling for 55 years. I can't remember. I'm sorry. They are in 55 countries. I can't remember how many years they've been traveling, but it's been a company for a really long time. They also have a base office in Peru. So if anything happens while we're in Peru, they have a base there. It's not like we have to call somebody just in the United States to help us out. They're a world leader in international education, and they are accredited just like our school. Also, all of the adults that go on the trip are like totally background checked and fingerprinted and, cleared and everything, just so everybody knows that that's another thing that the company requires. A lot of other schools nearby travel with EF, que hay otras escuelas en Orange County que también viajan con EF. So what are you responsible for on the trip? So we're going to tell you what is included on the trip, and this is what you are responsible for. And here, by the way, is Profe. Here is Alejandra. She is our tour director whenever we travel to Europe, and she is possibly going to be a chaperone on this trip to Peru because she's never visited to Peru. So I wanted to invite her as a chaperone also. Here's our tour director from Panama, and here's our bus driver is somewhere in here. Here he is. So that was great. So anyways, what are you responsible for on the trip? You have to pay for your own passport if you don't have a passport, right? Los pasaportes tienen que comprar son entre $100 y $150, I think. I think it's about $100, $150. Baggage fees, we don't usually have, but you have to be prepared to pay like $25 for checking your suitcase. I will collect money before the trip for tips for our local guides. Like here we have Gabriel, and here we have Ale, the bus drivers, all of the local guides, and our tour director. Sorry. Also, we always get a bus to take us from Orange County to LAX. So maybe we'll meet at Capo, maybe we'll meet at San Juan Hills. We don't know exactly yet, but the charter bus will pick us up there, and then you guys will say goodbye. The kids will say goodbye to their parents, and we're off. The reason we do that is because in years past, it was really difficult finding each other at the airport, and oftentimes people were late, and I'm stressing out because the plane is boarding. So this is just easier. Everybody's on time for the bus at San Juan Hills or Capo, just depending where we meet, and then we go. Also, you will be in charge of some of your meals. So every breakfast and every dinner is included, and about half of the lunches are included in Peru. So you have to be prepared to pay for about half of your lunches, and also souvenirs if you want souvenirs, ice cream, snacks, that kind of stuff. Okay, so let's see. Let me go on. We also have, like I said, support locally when we're traveling there. So here's some of the stuff that we get as when we travel with them. First of all, we have a whole travel team that I work with planning the trip. They're called the tour consultants, and they help me plan everything. Then as soon as we get to Peru, we will have a 24/7 tour director waiting for us. Trust me, like we wouldn't be doing these trips if we didn't have this, because as soon as we get there, the teachers, I mean, we're making sure the kids are behaving and everything, but we're on vacation too. You know, we're having a blast alongside the kids. So we have a 24/7, it says here bilingual tour guide, but we don't want them to be bilingual. I mean, we're just going to be speaking in Spanish. So they will be speaking Spanish with us. And of course, the group leader, that's me, along with my chaperones, and we will be taking care of everything. So, tenemos a un director de viaje. Cuando llegamos a Perú, durante, o sea, todo el tiempo que estamos allá, tenemos a alguien de allá. Va a ser un peruano, una peruana, y nos va a cuidar con todo, con las reservaciones, itinerario, con todo. También tenemos una consultora del viaje, se llama Alex, y ella es la que me va a ayudar a organizar todo. Y también el líder del grupo, que soy yo, que voy a estar disponible para ayudarles con todo. So for the group, there's two different types of insurance. Most people get the global travel protection insurance for $190. We do not make this mandatory because some people have their own travel insurance. So we don't have to worry about this until like 3 months before the trip. So like if you sign up tonight for the trip, you can just click that you don't want it. You can read about it. You can get it or not get it. But the point is that you have until 45 days before the trip to get the insurance. So don't worry about this. We've only had a couple people get this huge insurance. This one is basically you can cancel up until 24 hours before your trip and get all your money back. I guess that's if things are you really don't know where you're going to be at that time. But again, that's pretty rare that anyone has gotten that. But we do have what's called the Peace of Mind program. If anything happens, then we can change the locations of our trip also. So, but again, you don't have to worry about this until later. Once we start having meetings, I will inform you guys on what the insurance is exactly, and then you can add it on at any time. Okay, so esto se trata de, bueno, yo pienso que esto es un diapositivo viejo, porque esto ya es más de 190, ¿verdad? Pero estos son las dos diferentes tipos de aseguranza, pero no tiene que apuntarse para esas cosas. Esos son opcionales y tenemos hasta como 3 meses antes del viaje para apuntarse para esas aseguranzas. Así que ya que se apunten para el viaje, yo voy a tener juntas con ustedes y les explico más. Pero es muy, normalmente la gente no se apunta para la póliza muy cara, solamente si de verdad piensas que vas a tener que cancelar al último momento. ¿Ok? Okay, también there's also a Global Citizen Scholarship. There are scholarships available. They're $1,000 each. So they involve, the kids, some of them are based on need and some of them are based on merit. So that is something when I get the information for that, I will send out to everybody and you can either try to go for it or not. It's up to you. There's also something that's great is a fundraising page. So you can send like grandparents, aunts, uncles, whatever. Let's say they don't know what to get for graduation, for Christmas, for a birthday. You can send them a link and they can make a donation to the trip directly. Okay. So, esto lo voy a explicar en español también porque es muy importante. Hay una beca que está disponible. Bueno, son como 100 becas que dan cada año y cada uno vale $1,000. Son basados en necesidad y también en mérito. Y ya después de apuntarse para el viaje, ellos me mandan información acerca de la beca. Yo les voy a mandar la información a todos y ustedes, es opcional, ¿verdad? Pero ustedes si quieren hacer la aplicación, pueden o no. También hay una página de donativas para el viaje que si viene con enlaces que ustedes pueden mandar a miembros de tu familia si quieren donar al viaje para la Navidad, para el cumpleaños, lo que sea. Okay, so what is included in the trip? We get our whole itinerary done, all the logistics are done. They have flexible payment options, which is one of the things I love about the company, is that they take the total amount, divide it by how many months you have, and you have these monthly payments. There's absolutely no interest or fees on this, so it's really worth it. I'd say like 95% of the people that sign up for the trip do that. Again, the personal fundraising page that we talked about, the insurance that we talked about, a safety and support system, and personalized learning. There is a way to get college credit for the trip if you want, and that's something, again, I will send out information about. So, todo lo que está incluido, los vuelos de ir y venir. Let me see if I have this one in English too. I guess I don't. Okay, so I'll say it in English first and then Spanish. The flights there and back. And in Peru, we do have an additional flight, domestic flight from Lima to Cusco because the roads are like rough getting there. So it's a lot easier to fly. Hotels. So for this trip is 9 days. So 9 nights of hotels. All of the local food. We'll have breakfast and dinner, like I said, and about half of the lunches. We have our tour director with us 24 hours, transportation during the whole time. We have a really comfy bus all to ourselves, local guides. So when we go to Machu Picchu, we get an expert on Machu Picchu that gives us the tour there. So wherever we go, we get like an expert local guide in addition to our tour director. And let's see, entrances into all of the attractions. So entrance into Machu Picchu and reservations, entrances into all the different things. So lo que está incluido son los vuelos de ir y venir. También tenemos un vuelo adentro del país, de Lima a Cusco. Que yo estaba bien contenta porque de cruzar los Andes, ¿verdad? En un autobús también me daba cosa, pero no, volamos. También los hoteles, que son 9 noches de hoteles. Las comidas locales, tenemos el desayuno y la cena está incluido todos los días y como la mitad de los almuerzos están incluidos. El director de recorrido está con nosotros 24 horas todo el tiempo. La transportación, tenemos nuestro propio autobús, que es bien cómodo. Los guías locales, que son expertos en cada lugar donde vamos a ir. Por ejemplo, tenemos un guía local de Machu Picchu cuando vamos allá. También entradas a todas las atracciones. Todo eso está incluido. Okay, eso es donde vamos a ir. This is our itinerary. We're going to go to Lima for 2 nights. Then we fly and we go to Cusco for 2 nights. Oh, I loved that city, Cusco. I did not get enough of there. Then we will take the bus to the Sacred Valley. Fantastic, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous place for 2 nights. And we'll go to Machu Picchu, spend 1 night near Machu Picchu. And then I don't remember how we get back. I'll find that out. I can't remember if we probably fly again back to Lima, but I'll find that out before, obviously, we go. So just to show you a little bit of guided tour of Lima, we'll visit the San Francisco Monasterio, take a walking tour of Miraflores, which is the area like on the beach in Lima. Then we go to Cusco, travel to the Sacred Valley and tour the Coricancha Temple, visit the Maras salt ponds. These are really famous. You've seen them on Instagram, I'm sure. Tour Ollantaytambo with a local guide. We'll see all the terraces that the Incas would build for agriculture. Then we'll travel by train to Aguascalientes. That train ride is really cool. That gets you to the town right outside of Machu Picchu. And we're not doing the hike. Some people hike into Machu Picchu, like, respect, but we're not doing that. Visit Machu Picchu with an expert local guide. One of the wonders of the world, Machu Picchu is just, there aren't words. And then travel back to the Sacred Valley, visit the Pablo Seminario ceramics workshop where we get to make ceramics with our own hands. Go to the Pisac market. The markets there are gorgeous. Tour the Sacsayhuaman fortress. And again, a lot of indigenous culture we learn about. Take a walking tour of the local market and fly to Lima. Yes, we do fly back to Lima. That's what I thought. And then arrive home. So the Mayan ruin, I'm sorry, not Mayan, excuse me, the Incan ruins are unbelievable. You can't believe how they were built. And then you also have the colonial, the Spanish period. So it's so interesting to see the different periods in history. Es bien bonito mirar pues todo lo que hicieron la gente indígena, los Inca, y luego los españoles llegaron y lo que ellos construyeron también, y luego el país moderno. And of course, Machu Picchu is just, we had beautiful weather when we went. Spring break is the perfect time to go there. The weather was so beautiful, perfect. Sunny, but kind of crisp. The food in Peru was delicious. Everybody, the kids really liked it. A lot of like arroz, pollo, rice and chicken. The ceviche was delicious. I was like a little bit hesitant because I love Mexican ceviche. And I was like, no way can it be as good as Mexican ceviche, but it was really good. So yeah, so the food was delicious. La comida estuvo bien rica también en Perú. Nada muy difícil para los muchachos. They also have a lot of Chinese food there because, and even Japanese food, because there's been a lot of immigrants from China and from Japan in Peruvian history. So tienen una influencia de comida china, comida japonesa, claro que lo indígena, que las papas son de Perú. So it's very, very delicious food there. So our trip is 9 days and we will be doing spring break. The most we would have to miss from school would be 1 day. I'm trying to time it to kind of go exactly on the days of our vacation, but the most the kids would have to miss is like the Friday or the Monday. And then obviously if we come back on Sunday night, some kids choose to miss that Monday. I always go to school. I don't know, Profe, do you rally and go to school the next day? I think you do too, right?
Always, babe. Always
Yeah.
got stuff.
Yeah, I just suck it up. I'm like, okay, I'm going. So anyway, so this year we didn't miss any days of school and all the kids came back because they were excited to see their friends and kind of like debrief about everything. So again, spring break next year, this is the price. We have a discount right now for $200. So everything that I talked about, it comes to $3,959. And that is $370 a month. Again, if you sign up for the payment plan, when you sign up for the payment plan, you choose what day. The only problem with the payment plan is you can't use a credit card. You have to use a debit card. So you either have to take one of your checks and put in like the routing number, or you can use your debit card. If you pay in full, you can use your credit card. So some people who like to get points like to pay with their credit card to get the points, but the vast majority of people do the payment plan, right? So when you sign up, you pay a $95 deposit. That deposit goes towards the total amount. It's not like in addition, right? I've never seen anyone do the bi-weekly, but most people do the monthly payment plan. Then you decide which day of the month you want that money to come out of your account. And then it will come out every month on those days, right? So, si ustedes quieren apuntarse, tienen dos opciones. Pueden pagar completamente con una tarjeta de crédito o pueden hacer los pagos automáticos, se llaman. Y yo diría como 95% de los alumnos hacen esa manera de pagar con los pagos automáticos. Tienes que pagar 95 de un depósito. Y ese depósito va hacia toda la cantidad, no es este dinero adicional que tienes que pagar. Y entonces lo que vas a hacer es que vas a poner tu número de tu tarjeta de débito de tu banco o los números en un cheque. Así que o agarras un cheque o tu tarjeta de débito y lo pones allá. Y luego te pregunta en cuál día del mes quieres que quiten el dinero. Y eso es lo que van a hacer. There's another option that's called the manual payment plan that not many people do. That's if they want to divide it into like 3 payments or something. But they do charge, I don't know if it's $50, $50 or $75. They charge like a fee for that one. And again, I think that one's kind of weird, but some people do that. But the vast majority do the monthly payments, or some people who want to use their credit card for points pay for the whole thing at once. Okay, so spaces. How many spaces do we have? Well, we're opening up to all 4 schools and we're only taking 1 bus. So I don't know the size of the bus. I'm thinking we might have 25 to like 30 spots at the most. I'm sure that it's going to sell out because usually our trips just when Profe and I go, just San Clemente and San Juan fill up. And now we're opening up to the 4 schools. So I'm pretty sure it's going to fill up. But if you sign up before May 10th, which is next Friday, then you get that $200 discount. Okay. You also have something that's called risk-free enrollment. So between now and May 10th, like let's say tonight, you're like, should we sign up or not? I think I want to, but I don't know. But it's going to fill up. What do we do? You do have until May 10th to cancel. So let's say you sign up and then none of your friends sign up, or which that shouldn't be a reason, by the way, because you always meet new friends, but whatever. Like, let's just say you're like, none of my friends are going. I don't want to go anymore, or something comes up. You at least have until May 10th to just say, call them up and like, you're like, I changed my mind. You'll get the $95 back, right? After that period, if you cancel, they'll keep the $95. Okay. And then as we get close to the trip, they'll keep more of the money. So, if you are going to cancel, you want to cancel earlier. But again, I will give you guys all that information once you're signed up, like the details of it. So, bueno, aquí puse 20 lugares, pero yo pienso que son como entre 20, 25 y 30 plazos disponibles. Tienen hasta el 10 de mayo para agarrar el descuento de $200. Y también tenemos algo que se llama, ¿cómo se llama en inglés otra vez? Es el Risk-Free Enrollment, que quiere decir que tienen hasta el 10 de mayo para cancelar y van a agarrar los $95 para atrás. O sea, van a devolver los $95. Después del 10 de mayo, si quieres cancelar, se van a quedar con esos $95 de depósito. Así que quieres estar seguro antes de eso. Okay. Esto es para apuntarse. This is in order to sign up. This is, you can take a picture of this. You can do this QR code. I will send the information also in the morning out to everybody that came to the meeting. And then I think there were like 15 to 20 families that couldn't come to the meeting, but they requested the information. So they won't have until tomorrow morning to sign up, but everybody who came to the meeting tonight, you guys can sign up tonight. So this is how you sign up. You go on there. There's, oh my gosh, there's like the rules and regulations or whatever is really long. You have to scroll all the way down and check the box. Of course, if you want to read everything, you can do that. Bueno, eso es para apuntarse. Pueden usar este código con tu cámara. También puedes usar el enlace aquí, eftours.com/2787900EA. Voy a mandar esta información mañana en la mañana en un correo electrónico a todos ustedes y también a todos los que no pudieron venir. Así que ustedes tienen una oportunidad de apuntarse antes de ellos porque no van a agarrar la información antes de mañana en la mañana. Quizás me animo esta noche, pero no creo. Yeah, so let me see. I am just going to stop sharing this and I'm going to try to, Profe, did I miss anything? What do you think?
It's a blast, and we're excited that you guys are going to come join us. So definitely a trip to remember.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if where I can see the chats. I'm so rusty on Zoom. Tú puedes ver
But
los
Jamie,
chats.
do you want to
Yeah.
drop the link, the enrollment link into the chat?
Sure. Ooh, can you? I'll read it. I'll read it to you.
Okay, go for it.
Let me see. Where was it? That's a good idea. And okay, it is eftours.com/2787900 capital E, capital A. I don't know if that matters. All right.
All right. Hopefully it's a good link. Let me check.
Okay, how can parents be a chaperone? Okay, so let's see. I'm looking at my son's a freshman, brought me the flyer. Should I not be on the call? No, your son is a freshman this year, and that means he's gonna be a sophomore next year. So so he's more than welcome on the trip for sure. And oh, sorry, I just saw that Lorena, you answered it. Yay. Okay, and then parents cannot be chaperones. I'm sorry. We're very sorry, but the part of the beauty of the trip is the kids becoming more independent and kind of like being away from home. And a lot of times if they know that their mom or dad is there, they become, they're not as like mature and independent. You know, they don't solve their own problems as much as being like, Mom, I don't have any money left, or Dad, so sorry, no parents allowed. Let me see. And then, yeah, so when we sign up by the 10th, are we beginning the payments as well? So you choose. So let's say you sign up tonight. It's the 1st of the month. So you could make your first payment on, the 30th. So you can choose. I don't know if they'll still let you today, because if you can, I think you can still do it on the 1st, but I don't know if they would take the money out today or not till next month, but they'll tell you when you go on there. Awesome. So, yeah, so thank you guys so much for coming. Gracias por aguantar inglés, español. Maybe everybody learned a little bit of English and everybody learned a little bit of Spanish. Okay, and those payment plans are the only ones they offer. Yeah, they offer the biweekly, which is every 2 weeks. They offer the monthly payment plan, and they offer what's called the manual payment plan, which you choose when you make the payments. But there is like a little fee for that one, I think. Or you can pay it in full. So those are the plans that we have. So thank you guys so much for coming. Me quedo aquí si tienen unas preguntas. I'll stay on for a second if anybody has any questions. And you guys have a great night. Lorena, ¿no tienes nada que agregar? Ya estás emocionada.
Si ya
Thank you
notaron, yo
very
ya
much.
estoy en Peru. I am already in Peru. Machu Picchu in the background. Thank you everyone for joining, and I'm sure that you're gonna have a few questions. Just feel free to reach out. We're gonna send the information and talk to your friends now that you have some more information. Fue un placer haberlos visto, me alegro que hayan venido y espero que si tienen alguna duda, pregunta, nos contacten para que así reciban más información y se sientan cómodos.
Exacto. Y Silvia, ¿no tienes pregunta o algo que agregar?
No preguntas, Jamie, pero muchísimas gracias a los padres y a los asistentes, y espero que mis estudiantes en Dana que hayan estado aquí o que los amigos, algunos hayan estado, se comuniquen con ellos y te hagan llegar a tus preguntas, ¿ok? Muchísimas gracias.
Exacto. Gracias a todos. Buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
Good night. Good night.
Thank you, Ms. G.
Bye, Matthew. Bye, Jasmine.
Ms. G.
Love you
Hi,
guys.
Misty. We love you too.
Bye.
Thank you, Ms. G, and thank you, Ms. Sweeney.
Good night, you guys. Buenas noches.
Chao.
Chao, chao.
Gracias.
Hasta luego. Qué lindos los muchachos.
Thank you.
Buenas noches. Good night.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Good night. Voy a parar de grabar, ¿verdad?